We're gonna try something kind of silly here right now because a lot of people have been asking me for a X8 walkthrough the last couple of days. Even if, and by a lot I mean a two, but who cares? Figured since it's been a while and I'm not sure I'm gonna hit everything, let's just kind of go over the PB video I had. This is the last one I had on my Twitch channel, not the GDQ video, which is just going by the time in this GDQ video is maybe just under a minute faster. So let's just do this. I have the sound muted in the background because obviously in this old video I'm talking over it. We do have a little bit of the whiteboarding tool so I can draw on top of it and telestrate. Everything's going to be cool. I should link to this video directly in like the description of these things. Otherwise it's in my Twitch past highlights from like 2015. So this is Mega Man X8. This is any percent new game, normal. This is the 0 route. There's two routes through this game. One primarily uses X, the other primarily uses 0. Although they both kind of use both these days anyway. It's more a matter of what is your killing implement of choice. The X route, just to say it here, focuses on getting X upgraded Charge Buster, which just makes Swiss cheese out of bosses, but it takes a lot of time to get it. And currently the roughly 2 minutes, not even, that route loses to the 0 route is all in revisits and armor cutscenes. X clears the boss rush significantly faster than 0. It just, not fast enough to make up all the time. So let's go. The intro stage that we're about to see here is the same for everybody. You're forced to use certain characters. You're forced to use the team attack. So really, I guess I'll also use this to kind of talk through some just basic movement mechanics in this game, so everyone knows about them. So the intros here, obviously you just mash start through the beginning of the game. There's 3 cutscenes here you have to push start through, and I believe once you see that AXA symbol there, once you're past that red flashing light, which hopefully you're hitting start fast enough to not even see. Once you get here, you are through that. You can stop mashing the start button and killing your PS2 controller. I should mention that too. This is the PS2 edition of Mega Man X8, not the PC version. PC version, it loads much faster. So you push start through that. Right away here, we've got X kind of dashing and jumping. It's worth noting you are basically going to shoot the bee that was right here with a lemon. There's a lot of lag in this game, by the way. And just kind of go through things. So you want that charge shot to take out that robot. You want to do it pretty late because I'm pretty sure there's a guy right around here that is about to get blasted by it. Come on, keyboard, work with me here. Yeah, so you see that takes out a lot of other guys. Once X starts walking, you can start mashing start to skip the cutscene of, hey, there's this giant robot here. It's going to show up and do stuff. So this guy, one thing about this game, I think I'm doing it here. You can charge while shooting lemons. Like a lot of the PlayStation X games, you have 2 attack buttons, one for special weapons that you get from Mavericks and Robot Masters. Shoutouts to Mega Man 8. And one for that is dedicated to the Buster. So here you can actually use that. You can hold down one of those buttons, since the special weapon button is the Buster when you don't have one equipped, to charge the Buster, and you can mash the other one to fire lemons here. I have kind of a claw grip going. I guess I should also mention I'm an L2 dasher. I don't know if this game is at all like Mega Man X1 where dash lemons do extra damage, but I'm doing dash jumps here anyway out of habit. Basically, yeah, the idea I'm using here is to pummel him with lemons while charging the full charge and let him have it. Should be mentioned here too, at some point, Mega Man has lemons, half charges, kind of full charges, and overcharges, I'm going to call them. So he has 4 levels of Buster Shot in this game. I'm charging all the way up to that 4th one. The 4th one kind of does this piercing effect on enemies. I guess we could talk about that a little later, but all 3 characters have a shot that does that. So you can see the shots go off for a while. When this robot moves back, actually, let's take another quick look here. You're going to see X kind of fall very quickly out of a jump for no apparent reason. Right about here. When this robot starts moving and stops moving, X tends to fall right out of his jump, no matter where he is in it. That's not a threat to you as far as your life goes. It's a threat to your time. And even then, it's not really a big one. It's just something to be aware of, mostly so you don't lose your charge shot. So this pattern just kind of repeats. Just keep doing. And right when he starts shaking, you know it's over. You can pick up all of the, what do they call them, rare metals in this game. Those are kind of your currency for the shop. Just grab a few of them. I don't think anything should happen in this route that requires getting an excessive amount of, especially only one chip metals. But, you know, you have nothing else to do, grab the coins, right? So anyway, you get to this ledge. Axel just kind of automatically beams in. You push start to get past that cutscene, and then you get to this point where we are right here. Your path through this jump, you're going to kind of dash up to the edge of this cliff. And I think there's two ways to do this, but I do the normal jump and just hover over it. So it's going to be just hold the jump button. There are other ways over this that are slightly faster. But you'll see when we get down here, right? I'm hovering over those guys. Most of the ways that are a little riskier, you can make this jump kind of the same way. I think you can even do an air dash. Every character starts this game with an air dash. You don't need to find boots. It's just a little iffy, and sometimes you get tired of resets, so you do that. We're talking about minimal time saves, but you're watching this to find out all the time saves, so definitely play around with that. From here with Axel, it's just jump over everybody. You don't want to shoot with Axel. When you shoot with him and he's on the ground, you basically lose all forward movement with him, so it's much better to dodge. You also don't really want to go... Axel has kind of a tumble animation if you are holding down. And I think you have to be in a dash and hit jump again, and he just does it. We never use that in the speedrun. Maybe we should, but there's currently no use for it. So again, here it's just jump over everybody, get hit by the smaller enemies. You don't want to get hit by these big guys. That one's the exception, but you can see how much it did. Worth noting, if you take too much time here, these guys exist in a few stages. I'm talking about like this light bulb looking guy, potato head man on the back of his head. When he's attached to that guy fully, do not get bodied by the missile launcher. It will do ridiculous amounts of damage. There was kind of an intentional move there to get a health drop. It was kind of located here on like this ledge below that guy. And that's mostly just for the life meter to get it back up, obviously. You might have noticed Axel, I think, started this section with full health. I believe even if you do the first section against the giant robot with Axel, which you can do, Axel has full health to start this section, no matter what happened in the first part. So there's right after this room, you get 0, and you kind of get the same effect to happen. So it's not that big a deal, but it's kind of an easy way to make sure you get up this cliff to just take the damage boost there. I think you can also damage boost off the missile launcher guy that's kind of there on the step before this guy, and kind of damage into the health drop, and then jump through. Little bits of advanced strats that are kind of there. I'm obviously not generally the biggest risk taker, but that's something that you can do. So this room, let's get to where Axel's shooting. So this is one of those rooms where there's like a lot of bats that are going to spawn. These rooms are kind of throughout the game. And in every one of these, it's kind of a timed sequence. How long are you going to be in here? You're going to kill so many enemies and you're going to move on. I've seen 2 strategies generally for getting through this room. This is kind of one of them, where you shoot this way. I think I can draw a straight line with this tool. Whatever, good enough. And the bats basically spawn within that rectangle all the time, so it's an easy place to stand and shoot straight across the room. Every now and again you'll miss. Axel does have 8 directional fire. He doesn't move while you're holding the shoot button, so you could just stand there holding the attack button, and every now and again you just kind of hit up. I'm pretty sure that's what I do here, and you get through it, no problem. The other strat I've seen in this room is stand around here, and I believe in QTT6's PC video he does this. There's no reason this wouldn't work on the Xbox, on the PlayStation 2 version. I think all versions pretty much work the same. I have not played the PS4 version of this game. But that's basically what QTT is doing. Standing there and kind of shooting outwards. Like I said, though, this room is just a timed thing. It doesn't really matter what you do. You can see kind of flicking his attack up for just a moment in a few spots to take care of these bats. That blue bullet, I kind of mentioned earlier, every character has a way of piercing through shields to knock them out of the way. That blue bullet is every 8th shot from Axel, and that's his piercing shot. So you get out of there. Zero shows up. Hey, let's help out. One thing I will point out there, you just kind of saw me dash off the cliff, and then Zero dashed again in the air. You can do that in this game. So it's just something to keep in mind that's different from normal X games. So here, against this guy, so these crab things, they come out. They're gonna drop gems to fill your team attack meter up here. Your main goal here is to hit this central guy with the team attack. This is kind of the point in the game where it's trying to force you to use it just to make sure it works. In general, you don't use this in the speedrun. Preferably, you never use it, although it's a very nice, kind of safe way to spend 10 seconds to make sure you kill a boss in a pinch. In fact, I think I might use it in this run, but I definitely use it on the final boss. So here, all you're really doing, usually it takes 3 of these kills. That was only one that we saw, so let me back this up. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. There you go. So you jump up. Let's see if I can get a good freeze frame on this to point it out. Just going to be backing up the video again. Oh well. Those gems are the power-up that raises that meter. You can see Zero's kind of in this kind of animation here. You can barely see it right now. I have kind of a bad pause, but there's like this orb around Zero that appears, little globe thing. If you're playing the game yourself, it's pretty easy to just push R2 when that meter is full, and this will happen. It's also worth noting this meter filling up is if you ever lose a character, you want to fill it up to get them back. Those gems count towards that. Normally it fills up just from attacking enemies. So this is where Axel beams in. He says, let's work together. Look how awesome they are. And part 2 of this crab guy ends. Yay. So Axel says he has a sample. He goes home, which leaves you with Zero. This section is probably the most technical of the intro stage, and it's not very technical. Zero, you want to jump over the Mets and kind of back boost off of... Actually, I don't even think you back boost off of big guys in this section. You just want to dodge everything. You did see kind of that slash that hit the spiked wheel bouncing guys. That knocks them out of the way. You're kind of worried about Zero's health here because it's not like you have a lot. But, yeah, really, this whole section... See if I can get the first one of these guys. Because this is playing back off of Twitch. Not here. Right there. This guy is kind of going down. He's going to kind of slide on the ground rather than jumping up again, and you're just going to clear him as a result. 0, it should be noted, does begin the game with a double jump. Like everyone else begins with the air dash. I don't think you can double jump out of an air dash or dash jump. Pretty typical of Zero's movement in every game he's in. I will point out here for the X runners, this door has one of the basically required X armor parts that you need to do the X route, and this revisit getting to this point is the main reason that route is slower. So if you can figure out a way to clip in there, congratulations, you just made the X route faster. You do have to double jump up here. You just kind of saw there is a dash jump there. I'm going to put DJ. From here, you want to dash to about here. And you're going to hop up on this ledge and then immediately dash again. That will get you underneath this B here that's trying to block you. I don't know my football metrics entirely, but I just drew an X. Have fun with that. It looks like you're about to get hit there, but you're fine. This room is another one of those time passes, you clear the room sort of rooms. Nothing much to this. Zero's dash jump attack, well, it really is jump attack, is a very effective attack. Feel free to use that. You can use whatever you want in here, just don't die. And as soon as that door turns green, there's a little loading effect delay there, so it doesn't matter if you're immediately next to it right away. Here, you could push start there. It's also very quick to not push start there. And you just kind of get right through here, and you're back playing as X. I just want to point it out there. See, not blue yet. Zero's up against it, and then the moment it turns blue, you're fine. So this passageway, this box, you can jump over it, but it's easier to blow it up. Then you can actually get a clean jump through here. The next section has some of these bigger guys. Those jumps over the shield guys are tricky. I usually do want to shoot this guy with the overcharge to take out both enemies. I'm not sure why I didn't here. Probably a screw up. It doesn't matter. You do want a full charge for here. The overcharge here takes out this guy. Takes out this guy. I think there's one more. And then there's a switch on the wall that you're actually shooting at. And that triggers the opening of the next. So just make sure you fall down here with the fullest of charges. Not much to this. You saw a little bit of, I'm going to call it an iceless jump here. I mean, you're going to notice here that X slides to about here down the wall. And then it's a dash jump that comes out here before getting up here. Really, any way that gets up here quickly for you is good. Obviously, this movement could be a little cleaner because anytime you're stopping to slide down, you're wasting time. So there you go. There is a full health up there. Don't bother getting it. It's worthless. Just come here to the boss door. Dash through here. Zero's like, hey, let's do the thing. You actually get a health refill here. You can kind of hear it. And then this happens. So I mentioned later in the stage we'd talk about piercing attacks. You can charge, obviously, through this cutscene. You already see X is doing it. Please do that. This guy kind of blocks in front of him, and you'll see a shield that's around here whenever you try to attack him. So this entire fight is get rid of the shield with either X's full charge or a triple slash, and then shoot him in the head. That's literally it. You use X for this because he does a lot of damage to the head. I haven't done this with Zero actually, so feel free to time it. Tell me that I'm wrong. Always tell me if I'm wrong. This is a guy who hasn't played the game in 2 years, just kind of talking. One other thing, you saw when X fired the charge shot and I immediately hit the buster again to start charging again, a lemon came out. Somewhere right around here, the lemons will dink off of him. I felt like that was laggy. I have no frame measurements to back myself up on saying that, but that's at least why I backed up. I know sometimes it's important to say why you're doing something in a game when you're talking through it like this, so it's not just, oh, he did it this way, so I do it that way. I'm doing this entirely because of suspected lag reduction. So literally, this fight is just shoot him in the head a lot. Just do this. You can see here that extra lemon is not bouncing off him because he's off the screen. It is wash, rinse, repeat. The one thing you will notice is that the last shot, I don't think it's this one, but maybe it is. I think he takes 2 more hits from here. So yeah, obviously not very much life left, so I think I only use the quote-unquote full charge there to deliver the last hit. Easy. If you're comparing against my splits in this video, I wait for the fade out after the little vial cutscene here. There is a video here, I'm mashing start to get past it. The video is actually amazing. I suggest you watch it at least once. And then you push start to get rid of vial, and that is the first stage. That video is the one where Vial shows up, kidnaps the guy you see in the video before the stage even starts. Axel's like, who the hell is this guy? Like, what's going on here? And then Zero steps in to explain, he used to be a Class A hunter, but now he's our sworn enemy! And it's so Saturday morning cartoon, I love it.